there is success. Alternator's out. Greetings everyone. So today we're going to be working on this Camry. It has alternator issues. The charge light and brake light are on the dash when the engine's running. So that definitely means the alternator is not doing its job one way or another. So we're going to pull the alternator out of this car and check it. It's been an issue for the last few months, but this thing's not used. It's just a backup daily driver, so we haven't used it in probably 6 months. And it's just when I'm moving in and out of the shop, I noticed that it's not charging. So mine's going to pull the battery terminal to disconnect the battery, and then we'll go from there and pull the alternator, take it apart, see what's going on with it, and figure it out from there. Mine's going to do the work today, and I'm going to do the supervising. This should be a fairly easy one because it's an easy alternator to get at. Of course, we're working on electrical first, so the first thing we have to do is disconnect the negative battery terminal. Always undo the negative one, because if your wrench happens to hit the body of the car, you won't ground out and have a spark show. Whereas if you undo the positive one, you always run the risk of having a spark show.
Our favorite wrench, 10mm.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Put it to the side so it doesn't touch. Yeah, perfect.
This is okay?
Yep. So battery's disconnected. Now it's a matter of getting busy on the alternator, pulling that out. Okay. Time to pull the alternator. Mine's going to do the honors here. First thing we have to do is pull off the two electrical connectors. There's a plastic cover on one of them and a rubber boot on the other. That one's got a rubber boot and it clips out. There's your 10mm wrench for that one. Do that little nut, and then that electrical connector comes off. Then it's 2 bolts, and out she comes. I am rather perplexed. I'm pretty sure this alternator's been rebuilt very, very recently. A couple of years ago, but only about maybe 500 kilometers ago. So I've got to find out what's going on with that. Good stuff. Pull that electrical connector off. Good. Now you'll need a 12mm socket. There we are. That's better. Top. Push the alternator down to loosen the fan belt. Yeah. Take the fan belt off the top. Yeah, just the top. Yeah, that's good. You need a 14mm wrench for the back. Then do that one top back bolt. I have a wrench that's actually faster. Try this one. Use this one. Let's use a 10mm. Of course it's 10mm, everything's 10mm. We're going to undo these bolts down here. See this one, and that one. Okay? We'll take that thing out. Good. Get that out of the way. You should be able to get that bolt out no problem now. There you go. Good. So stick this in here and just push. Handy dandy Toyota tire iron, you guys recognize those. Push that and then push towards the car. Just push.
Like that.
Oh yeah, push towards the that way.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So you're bringing it out, right? Just keep doing that. No, you can stick it all the way down and pull it towards you. Pull towards you. Yeah, there you go. That's out. Yeah. And there is success. Alternator's out. There you go. Victory. take off this little, take off this first. There's a little electrical connector there. Undo that nut. Slide the black thing out, just straight up. Yeah, put that to the side. Flip it up on top. Undo these three little nuts there with the socket. You'll have to hold this while you do that. Actually, I'll hold it. Make it easy for you. Oh, use your feet. Oh, that's smart. Oh, this girl's thinking. So just loosen each of them, and then just use the extension to get them off quicker. Just loosen them. Use the finger loosen. That's good. So undo those two screws there. Yeah. Take those out. Okay. Okay, we should be able to just lift that up, I think.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wiggle it up. Okay, so this is the brush unit. You can see there's two brushes on there. These brushes have plenty of life left in them, so that's not the issue. Usually if you have alternator problems, this is the first thing to check on these Toyotas, is just take out the brush unit. And you can replace these as a complete unit, or if you're really stingy, you can buy individual brushes and just solder them in. And I've done that before. But I'm getting older and lazier, so I tend to buy just a new brush unit. But you can get the brushes really cheap, and they always seem to use the same brushes on all the Toyotas. Pretty standard part. So this is not the issue. So we're going to reassemble this and take it down to the shop and get everything tested on it and find out what's going on with this thing, because obviously it's not brushes. So, and this thing was rebuilt, I can recognize now by that shop. So it's a mystery to me. So I'll get them to run a test on it and find out if the stator and regulator and stuff is all working. There might be a defective part in there somewhere.
But I put it back.
Yeah. So one side is higher than the other. I think it was in like that, wasn't it? Yeah, it goes in like that. Smart. You didn't take the first one before you put the second one in. Okay, do you get that washer off? Yeah, we do. Okay. So drop that into place. It's pretty straightforward how to do that. Okay, so this plastic insulator has to go on there, so we'll do that.
Yeah.
nut goes on. There's your little nut for the last part of this job. That on. So to replace that brush unit, I think is under 20 bucks US if you're in the States. It's a very cheap solution to most alternator problems. Excellent, well done. So anyways, got this reassembled. I'm going to take this down to the alternator shop. I'm not going to play with this anymore, trying to run extra tests on it. I don't have the stuff and it's just not worth my time. So, I mean, you can do all that if you want, but I'm more inclined just to a professional to get them to play with it. So that's it for now. And maybe it's not the alternator, maybe it's something on the car, but I'm pretty sure it's the alternator that has the issue. On Toyotas, I speak from experience on this, when the alternator goes, you get the brake light and the charge light flash for a second, about 50 miles or so before the alternator dies out. It actually gives you a warning. If you notice the charge light and brake light come on, that's your warning. You got about 50 miles before this thing's going to pack it in. And it's always the brushes, mostly on these things. So if you ever see your charge light and brake light flash on for a second and then go off, it's your alternator. Get it done. If your brake light and charge lights come on permanently on Toyotas, that is your alternator needs attention. And that's what this car has. Both brake light and alternator are on the dash all the time. So I'm not using this car, so it hasn't been a big deal. I just move it in my shop when I'm working on the Supra. But it's something to do. So anyways, that's it for now. We'll be back in a sec. Gotta get this down to the shop, get it tested, and then we'll come back with a final report on what's going on with this thing. Well done, Mike. High five. You did an excellent job getting this out, taking it apart, checking the brushes, and reassembling it, and getting it ready for the shop demo. So, bravo.
Thank you for teaching me.
You're welcome. So that's it for now. Okay, so this brush unit is of a 2005 RAV4. This car is a 1989 Toyota Camry, and these are almost identical. And you can see the brushes there. This brush unit was worn out, and I just replaced the brushes, right? Because that's how you get the brushes back in. And as I say, you can buy new brushes cheaper, and you can just solder in the two contacts, and away you go if you want to muck with it. Or just buy a brush unit. But that's out of the RAV4 2005, 16 years newer than this car, and it's basically the same looking unit. So this stuff's pretty standardized. So what works on this car also works on a lot of other cars. So don't think because we're just doing an 89 Camry that it doesn't apply to other vehicles. So later, back from our electrical automotive repair shop. It was a bad regulator. They put a new one in. They felt bad, so they just charged me for the part because I hadn't really put a lot of mileage on this thing. So they put a new regulator in. Only charged me 30 bucks, which is a deal. So that's great. I think I got 1,000 kilometers something on this one in 3 years, so whatever. It's not a car I drive that often. So anyways, Maya's going to install the alternator, and I'm going to, as usual, supervise. Okay, so let's see if Maya can get this thing installed. This goes in here, and this goes underneath here. So you have to go like that, and then drop it in, okay? Something like that, whatever. Oh yeah, I guess it was on the outside, yeah, okay, right, perfect. That's a trick to get down there, so just play with it. Maybe,
Oh, yeah, almost there. Here.
yeah. This side up. Hit it like you're angry. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Now hit the front, back, go that way. That's looking pretty close.
Let me try it.
Yeah, see how your bolt goes in. Just wiggle after that. Okay, that's good. So drop it down. You want to get your fan belt up there. Put your fan belt on there. And make sure the bottom's on the pulley correctly, because sometimes they slip off. So make sure it's all nice and seated in that bottom pulley. Looks good. We'll bring this up. I guess this came out, yeah. take your little rubber mallet, bang that thing in so that hole lines up with this. Stick that bolt in. Yeah, you're right. If it doesn't line up, then you have to adjust that bracket. Is the bracket touching it or?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, that's tighter. That's how you want it.
Like that?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Like that?
Yep, back, forth, back.
This is correct.
Yep. Good. Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, and you got your 10 mil nut there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that on. Screw all the way down. Okay, this is 10 millimeter. It doesn't have to be super tight. Just tighten it, but don't go crazy on it because it's a smaller bolt. You can break those small ones. So it's just like that. That's good. Yeah. Put your plastic cover in place. Good. Flip it down. Nice. Plug the plug in the back. Yep.
Okay.
Good stuff. Clip this into the hole. There's a thing there. Just clip that into the hole. Yeah. Push down. Good. Nice. So put those 3 bolts in place using this tool. Okay, so the alternator's in. Yay for us, another success. Maya just has to connect up the negative battery terminal to the battery, get that done, and then we can hop inside this thing and see if our repairs actually fix the problem of this car not charging. We don't actually use this car. This is more of a backup daily driver. So she's got the terminal tight there with a 10mm wrench. Bravo.
This is correct.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
tight. Good. Done. Let's test this thing. Okay, so alternator's in, battery's connected up. Time to test to see if our repairs were successful. So Maya's going to get in and start up the car and see if that brake and charge light go off. And if they do, then we're successful. If they don't, then oh bugger. So, are the brake and charge light on or off?
Oh.
Good. That means that our repairs were successful. So that's your first alternator.
Yeah.
So it is fixed. So high five.
5.
Yeah. So there you go. And that was an easy fix. $30 for the guys at the shop to put a new regulator in, and easy to pull. On this car, it's easy to pull these things in and out. So it's nice. So this is a bit of a backup daily driver. This camera, I don't use this thing. It just mainly sits in the shop here. And this alternator's been burnt out for, the regulator's been burnt out for about a few months now. I haven't gotten around to it. So it's nice to get this fixed. It's just another thing off my mind. So we are progressing nicely through all the cars, and Mai is learning very quickly. We do have the new upholstery done for the seats in the Supra. I'm super excited to get the white Supra seats back in, and we also have a radio for that, so that car is quickly coming to completion as well. So that's exciting. So it's kind of fun. We're working through our pile of repairs on these old cars we got and getting everything up to date and running correctly, which is awesome. And Mai's helping out a lot, so that's great.
Yeah, that's the learning.
Yeah, she's very supportive in learning life, and she's great. She's very supportive of my hobby, and she's learning this stuff really well. So, and she's having fun while she does it too. So well done, Mai. So I'm Steve.
I'm Mai, and welcome to our My Sexy Garage channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video.
We put a video up every week, and drop back whenever you want, and have some fun. Anyways, we won't go on any longer, so we'll leave you be, and thanks for dropping by our channel. Bye for now.